Hey, what's happening, Discoveries? For the Guy01, and welcome to this week's versus episode on the Walkthrough channel. This week, it's a match that'll be happening today, or tonight, I guess you could say, at SummerSlam, and a match that basically no one cares about. It's Austin Theory against Santos Escobar. This one isn't for the US title, but the one that's happening tonight at SummerSlam will be. It is our weekly birthday versus, and we only had one birthday this week, that being Austin Theory, who turned 26 on August 2nd. Yes, we are in August already. This year, I feel like I say this every month. At the beginning of every month, I always talk about how fast time is going. So anyway, moving on with Raw and SmackDown. It was the go-home shows before SummerSlam, which, like I said, is happening tonight in Detroit. So let's jump right into Raw. Raw began with Ludwig Kaiser beating Matt Riddle in a really good match, which shouldn't come as a surprise given the two people involved. Maxine Dupree beat Valhalla in her first one-on-one match in WWE, and honestly, she didn't look terrible. She looked better than some other, wrestlers have in their debut match. Shinsuke Nakamura beat Tommaso Ciampa in a match that really could have been better. It really could have been a lot better, but I think they were kind of holding off on a real blow-off match for those two. Because yeah, they could have done a lot more with that if they gave them more time. The next segment of the night saw Cody Rhodes confront Brock Lesnar before their match at SummerSlam. This resulted in a brawl, of course, which saw Lesnar completely destroy Cody multiple times before walking out, finally. Now, given pro wrestling logic, that should mean that Cody wins at SummerSlam. That's usually how it goes. They get beat up for the 2-3 weeks before the match, and then barely survive the actual match and somehow come out on top. Like I said, that's usually how it works, but with Lesnar, who knows? Chad Gable faced Gunther in a 5-minute challenge. Basically, the whole thing was if Gunther can't beat Chad Gable in 5 minutes, Chad Gable wins. Gable doesn't have to beat Gunther, he just can't lose. And that's exactly what happened. Gunther wasn't able to beat Chad Gable in under 5 minutes, which meant that Chad Gable won. This upset the ring general, who demanded that extra time be added to the clock. That time was given, and Gunther destroyed Gable, getting the win. But it wasn't easy. It was definitely a hard-fought one, and it actually looked like Gable might actually win, like not just survive, but actually win at a couple points. I'll say that's a match that they definitely should go back to sometime down the line. Heck, maybe even for the Intercontinental Championship. Gave him 25-30 minutes to just put on like a good, hard-hitting match for the Intercontinental title. You got a match of the year candidate there. The next match of the night was Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus, a match that was supposed to take place at SummerSlam, but due to timing problems that came from adding a LA Knight match to SummerSlam, Trish versus Becky Lynch got moved to Raw in order to give them a full time, which they didn't do much with since the match ended in disqualification after Zoe Stark got involved. So, yeah, I don't really get the point of moving it off of SummerSlam onto Raw if you're not even going to give it, a full match length or even have a definitive ending. I mean, I get it, they're building to a later date, but that later date was supposed to be SummerSlam. But on the plus side, we get an LA Knight match at SummerSlam, which is something that the fans have been demanding. And so it's nice to see WWE, you know, give the fans what they want. Because LA Knight, for a while there, wasn't even... He had nothing planned for SummerSlam for a while. Like, he wasn't even, like, scheduled to be on the card whatsoever. Which, you know, upset a lot of fans, as he's probably one of the most over people on the main roster right now. Uh-oh. Oh no. Ow. Oh no, you don't. Oh crap. No, get off me. Ow. Ah. Oh no. No. No, 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 no. Get off me. Count it. Dang it. And here we go. The main event of Monday Night Raw was Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn against Dominic Mysterio and Damian Priest. Near the end of the match, it looked like Priest was going to make an attempt to cash in on Seth Rollins, but due to a miscommunication between him and Finn Balor, the cash-in was prevented, and Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn were able to overcome and win the match. It was a fun match, you know, continuing the story of, you know, both Seth Rollins going up against the Judgment Day, but also Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn going up against the Judgment Day. So it was nice to see them mixing those two stories. It was a little weird not having Kevin Owens wrestle, though. Especially since there's rumors going around of Kevin Owens potentially turning heel. Which I kind of wish they didn't do it, because right now him and Sami Zayn are like one of the best things on the show right now. And I think that's a duo that you kind of want to stick with, at least for the foreseeable future. I mean, we all know what's going to happen. Eventually one of them's going to turn on the other, and they're going to end up feuding for the 100th time. Wow, missed twice with the same move. Oh no. Who am I to talk, I guess? Ow! Get off me. Anyway, moving on to SmackDown. LA Knight beat Sheamus. That's a good way to get the crowd happy. Again, just showing LA Knight. He's at that level where him just coming out makes the crowd happy, or gets a big reaction out of them. There's very few wrestlers where you can say that. So to have him, you know, him just coming out's enough. Him wrestling is more than enough. Him winning clean, I mean, not perfectly clean. There was some outside interference, but you know, he got the pin. That's enough to make people go crazy. So you just based off the reaction he gets on shows, you can see why WWE were like, okay, we need to get this guy on a pay-per-view. Fans will pay money to see him, kind of thing. He's a guaranteed reaction, and you know, there's not a ton of people you can say that about. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, jeez. That looked bad. Oh no. Oh no. Ow, my wrist. Oh, boom. Moving on with SmackDown. The next match was supposed to be Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows against Butch and Ridge Holland. But basically, as soon as the match started, the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley ran down and took out both teams, confirming that the Street Profits have joined Bobby Lashley and are now forming a basically Hurt Business 2.0. This is coming after weeks of teasing of seeing Bobby Lashley meet with both the Street Profits and Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin backstage. We finally get the payoff with seeing the Street Profits join Lashley. Now, we'll see if they end up being a heel team or not. But I think they would probably function better as a face team, just because the Street Profits are just so popular and so over. But you know what? Maybe turning them heel might be what they need, just having that more serious edge. Because we've seen them as, you know, the lighthearted, joking, good guys. Maybe seeing them as more serious, ruthless, bad guys might be what they need to legitimize themselves as fighters, I guess. So we'll see where they go with this. Austin Theory beat Cameron Grimes. Immediately after the match, he was attacked by Santos Escobar. Again, just trying to do anything they can to build hype for their United States title match. But it's not really working. I mean, of all the matches happening at SummerSlam, I mean, it has the potential to be a really good match. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't think people care about it right now. Or maybe that's just me, but Zelina Vega beat Io Sky after a distraction by Shotzi chasing around Bayley, which was kind of funny. And in the main event, Jey Uso defeated his brother Solo Sikoa cleanly, perfectly 100% clean in the middle of the ring with a spear of all things. Jey Uso hit the spear on Solo, middle of the ring, 1, 2, 3. Now that's how you build up momentum. So it's funny, I'm saying how like Austin Theory versus Santos Escobar is probably the match people care the less about, or the least about. English. I'd probably say Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns is the match people care the most about. I mean, they might do it. They might go and pull the trigger and have Jey beat Roman. I mean, I think I said this last week, but if you said that like a year ago, or even like 6 months ago, people would think you were crazy for even saying that, but now, Jey might be the favorite to beat Roman. I mean, even if he doesn't, he's still probably one of the most over people, but if Jey Uso is the one to beat Roman Reigns and take the title off him, he will be the biggest good guy in all of wrestling. I mean, he's already got the story behind him, he's got the fan investment behind him, put the title on him. Now here's the tricky part. So many people are expecting Cody to be the one to beat Roman Reigns and take the title off him, you know, end his championship reign, that there is a risk that if you do it with a Jey, it could backfire and people will feel that it was wasted. Because it's really like, the moment of Jey beating Roman would be so good, but could he run as the World Heavyweight Champion afterwards? That's where there's that uncertainty. With Cody, you know, him beating Roman would create such a great moment, and you know that he'd be able to run with it as well. So it's kind of that toss-up of you'd get the better moment with Jey beating Roman, but you'd get the better title run with Cody. And that's my opinion, but I don't know, it'll be interesting to see what they do, because there is now a legitimate chance that Jey Uso might be the one to beat Roman for the title. Which is something I don't think anyone saw coming, but here we are, and you know what? People would be behind it. So we'll see what WWE decides to do with it. Like I said, this is all going down to SummerSlam later tonight. And yeah. hope you guys enjoyed this video. The match ended, what, like 2-3 minutes ago? I don't think I even acknowledged that I won. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and make it on time. Stay tuned for next week's Versus, and next week where we continue our new walkthrough series, Batman Arkham Asylum. I cannot wait to get back into playing that game. It's been well over by the time I get back into it, it's going to be well over a week since the first episode, at least since I filmed it. And yeah, I can't wait to get back and just play that game. This is going to be a fun series. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed. Guy01, Austin Theory, signing out. Bye guys.